Hey guys, I apologize. We experienced technical difficulty, which shut off my broadcast. But don't worry, we are back. So we are back, do not worry. Hopefully that does not happen again. So let's finish out our episode. Alright. I love being able to do that. Yeah, sorry about that, Kiva. So as I was saying, yeah, I have YouTube videos playing in my ear while I'm working because I am allowed to do that. And yeah, no, I think I lost connection or something. So oftentimes what I've got playing in my ear, if it's not like Dark Fluff or r/ or things like that, I've got Fudge Muppet in my ear, Dremora, Avarti, Camelworks, Master Naloth. I'm listening to Elder Scrolls lore. This is what I do all day at work. I listen to Elder Scrolls lore. Maybe I'll watch an abridged series, listen to it in my ear once in a while, but really for the most part, I'm playing Elder Scrolls videos in my ear while I'm cleaning or stalking or things like that. So that's why I know so much, because I absorb these videos. Like, I binge them. Every time I see a video, I don't know. I already found a video that I want to watch after I'm done streaming. What happens after you die in Tamriel? Oh, yeah, no, so, like I said, and I'll say this. My mind is not like a steel trap. My mind is like a spaghetti strainer with 20 extra holes drilled into it. And no bottom. Honestly, for the most part, retaining information for me, for the most part, it's like just... It's like the information is coated in Teflon. It's not going to stick in my head. But when it comes to things like this, I can absorb lore information without even trying. I can't tell you what I did last week, but I can tell you what the first Elven King of the Aelids was named in the Merethic era. I can tell you what the last continent before the Merethic and Dawn era was. It was Leg, by the way, ruled by the Dregs. I can tell you all this crap, but I can't tell you what I gotta do next week, or what I did last week. I can't remember how to do simple things at work, but I can tell you about the lore of the Wild Hunt of the Bosmer. I can even tell you what the different elven names mean. I don't mean to do it, I just memorize it. My dad says it's because I'm autistic. He says I have an unfair advantage. I did this when I was in a play, too. I memorized everybody else's lines, and one of the guys on the play said, "How are you doing this?" I said, "I don't know, it just kind of happened." And again, my dad said, "Well, you have an unfair advantage. You're autistic." I said, "Yeah, that makes sense." Like I said, I have a good memory for certain things, but most things I do not have a good memory for. Well, hi there. Hey, friend! Let's stab this guy. Booyah! I remember lore very well. I don't remember other stuff. I try, though. Although sometimes my boss looks at me and says, Winterspelll? Yeah, boss. I love you, but you're an idiot. Yes, ma'am. There are just certain things I just don't get. And I try. But I'm dumb. But I can tell you all about the elves. Like I said, it's like this. She's like, you're an idiot. But you're my idiot, so I gotta deal with you. And I said, yeah. You gotta keep me around. Your husband will be sad if I die. She's like, that's true. I have to keep you around for my hubby. I am very good friends with my boss's husband as well. We have a very good relationship. They also sometimes say, "Get in my car. You ride a bike." I'm like, "Yeah, I do." It's like, it's pouring rain. Why are you not asking us for a ride? I didn't want to bother you. Stupid. Bother us! we try. I try not to annoy them too much, but I'm really good at annoying them. Man, it's pretty here. Let's just, like, appreciate this scenery. But yeah, lore is, like, the one thing that sticks in my head. I could tell you probably the first 800 Pokemon, but I can't remember how to do certain tasks. I'm good at games. I could probably quote most of the player's handbook for D&D 5e. Can't remember how to print off a cigarette sheet. I try. I really...
All my unescathed, they will not stop.
I mean, yeah, we'll maybe do this later.
Let us disturb its slumber. Let us be quick.
I actually needed
As the
this.
seasons warn each year, the time to build is followed by a time for ruin. Two sons of the mortal king
Let's go
were
open
left
that
with
gate.
Talon betwixt them, but neither held his share complete. And as these mortals build their kingdom, so too they had destroyed it all with war and jealousies.
Really been enjoying energy drinks made with green tea. Celsius is delicious. Although tonight I tried an Aspire Raspberry Acai. I do like it. Booyah! Open the gate. I really do know a lot, though. It's like, when I find something I like, I absorb information so easily. I can build decks in my head, but can't remember street names. Oh well. At least I know I'm good at something.
The Niskaru took everything from me. My soldiers, my station,
I mean, why do you think I'm trying to make my channel work so much? I can't, like, do anything else in life, because I'm that freaking dumb. Jeez, man. Bruh, I'm trying to use my big attack on you. Well, now I'm annoyed. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. Gotta love that healing stuff.
Be careful. I have seen too many allies die. The piercing light awaits. Be careful.
Lady, I'm trying to loot this corpse. Leave me alone.
Be careful. The
Ma'am!
light awaits.
I guess I'm not looting that corpse. Thank you. Thank you for being useless today. You know what is the Elder Scrolls game? I think is the easiest lockpicking mechanics. Frickin' Oblivion, for the sole reason that you can auto pick the lock, and then all you gotta do is get to level 10 and grab the skeleton key from the Nocturnal quest, and then you just are guaranteed to pick every single lock in the game. You can just keep auto picking. I love it. Oblivion was honestly the most broken game. The fact that, like, I have a heavy armored warrior with a speed of 100, and he's running around like he's the Flash. I actually do have a small video of it I recorded on my phone. So Kiva might be able to see it. I can send it to you on Discord. It's me, it's my character in his underwear running around, jumping around some guy, because I needed to be killed for a quest, but my heavy armor was so, like, is so advanced that I had to take off all my armor and just let the guy punch me until I died. That would actually be the Molag Bal quest in Oblivion. It involves letting someone kill you with a certain type of weapon, because Molag Bal's like, hey, I want you to corrupt him by letting him murder you.
These Niskaru, they were not always in the war. It wasn't
So because I was like level 20 and I had like over 300 health, and I think at that point I was like up to 75 with my heavy armor, I kind of had to just stand there naked and let him hurt me. It was funny, though. And I was, like, just jumping around. I just realized the way I said it sounded kind of dirty. No, I swear it's Oblivion underwear. I realized after I said that how weird that sounded. I'm sorry, Kiva. But I've also done that before in New Sheoth. I had gotten stuck doing a crime, and I was running away from the guards. This was years ago, before I figured out how to raise my speed with a heavy armored character. So I had like a speed of like 30. So he moves slow as hell. So I took off all my armor and was running from the Dark Seducer guards in my underwear. And I got shot with so many arrows that by the time I ran out of New Sheoth, I looked like a porcupine. I think I had like 50 arrows just stuck in my body. It was funny. Please don't break. You're my last lockpick. Oh, thank God. I still want to get some D&D content on this channel. Working on it. I would need better equipment to do so. Like, I'd actually need, like, some good recording software. Oh, we got a trophy. Let's see what that is. Bowl in a china shop. Smashed 1,000 objects. I need to get better equipment to be able to effectively stream, like, podcasts. I have a single microphone. I would need ways to, like, record and broadcast for, like, a group. And be able to share a screen So, like, I could bring up, like, owlbear.com for maps. I like Owlbear. It's a good service.
We're close now. I've heard that the spear is guarded by the Niskaru warrior Azagal. We will learn if it still is.
Oh yeah, that freaked me out too. I still don't like looking at it.
I see the spear. The Niskaru is sure to press the attack. You must hold them off.
There we go. Wait, is that really it? A blast. That's not what I thought it was going to be. Feel legit now. I thought it was going to be a whole thing. There he is. Mwahaha! And we still get to fate shift. Honestly, fate shifting is so cool. The Snow Elves, yeah, that was really cool. I would love to see a way that they restore the Snow Elves to their former glory.
All the years I spent
Or at least, you know,
weapon, and I never truly thought
to how they used to be.
I was not fated
At least
to have
alive.
Not until
It makes me sad to
you
see
have
how they
thrown
are
back
now.
the veil
Even
of
after
fate
what they
and
did to the
revealed what is
Nords.
truly possible. It's... yes, but it is so much more. And I never would have laid hands on it, if not for kind words, but not true. Meet me at Rathir, the city in the east. Together we will break the siege of Mils. To get to Milsonshire, with the wards down, I think we can...
Alright, let's level up. Alright, see what we can get. Yeah, let's finish this off. And we get Sage. Okay, nice, nice. Okay. Not bad. But yeah, there's a... I would like to see more of the Snow Elves. They have such an interesting story. All the different elven races of Tamriel are just so cool. I would like to see something of the Dureni in future games. I'd like to know more about the left-handed elves, honestly. Which makes me wonder, who here has heard of the left-handed elves? Kiva, I very much appreciate that you love the Elder Scrolls, perhaps as much as I do. You are a very cool person. But have you heard of the left-handed elves? So I can dump more lore on you. I love Rathir. It's one of my favorite cities in this game. Alright, so Kiva, the left-handed elves. There's actually not a lot known about them. So I assume, as an Elder Scrolls enthusiast, you know about Yokuda, the continent where the Red Guards are from. So in Yokuda, it was said for thousands of years, I think it was a 1,000-year war, the Yokudans were at war with beings known as the left-handed elves. We don't know if they were actually left-handed. We don't know if left-handed meant something else. But they were an unknown race of elves that Tamriel has never seen that, got wiped out either by the Yokudans or when Yokuda sank. They're actually the reason, that long-standing conflict is actually the reason why even modern Red Guards hate elves. There's a reason that they absolutely despise the Aldmeri Dominion, and even the most zealous of Red Guard warriors, the very sight of an elf angers them to no end. They hate elves even more than the Nords do. And the Nords famously do not like elves, to the point where Wuthrad is an axe made to kill elves. So, yeah, no, Red Guards hate elves with a passion. Because of these left-handed elves. I wish I could tell you so much more about them, but we just don't know. We have never really been told what they are. We just have a name. And we know that they were elves native to Yokuda. And it grinds my gears, because I want to know about this stuff. It's cool. It's another race of elf. But Bethesda's like, yeah, no, you don't get to know about this.
And robes, all of the high so long.
Actually, there was more I could sell there.
Curios, clasps.
So I really do wonder more about those elves. And Yokudan culture is really just interesting. I was listening to the complete guide to the Red Guards by Fudge Muppet today. I really do recommend their complete guide to the Tamriel Races series. It's absolutely worth it, and they are very detailed, and they bring you the entire lore of those people from the Dawn era to the current Fourth era. It's really amazing. The Yokudans are an amazing society. Like, they're kind of like Vivek. They're warrior artisans. Their entire society is built around being warriors, but also producing art and refinement. I don't know if I'm fully explaining this very well, but just they are an absolutely incredible people that I've enjoyed learning about very much. It's inspired me. I want to play a Red Guard again soon. I have not played one often. Honestly, Red Guards are my least played race because I fell in love with the Bretons really fast. They're one of my favorite human races because I love their lore. I love their connection to magic. I love honestly, High Rock is beautiful. And I also gravitate more towards the beast races. Khajiit are possibly my favorite race, just appearance-wise, lore-wise. Elsewhere, such a fantastic realm. And I absolutely love Argonians. But really, when you look at it, all the races of the Elder Scrolls are just so amazing. Oh, God, the things that they put into this series. I want to go find the lore writers and give them a hug. You know, I want to go tell Michael Kirkbride he's a gift to this world. Also, like I said, I do also suggest look up the writings of Michael Kirkbride. He is a former writer for Bethesda. He worked on, I believe, all the Elder Scrolls games up until Oblivion. He did some writing for Oblivion, but Morrowind was the last game he fully worked on, as far as I understand. And they are still using his ideas today. Michael Kirkbride he's so in the know that even though technically anything he writes now is considered fan fiction because he is no longer working for Bethesda Studios, whatever he writes, Elder Scrolls fans do take with a very large grain of salt, because the man's writings are the closest thing to canon that we have outside of the games. And given his intimate knowledge of the Elder Scrolls universe, because he helped write most of it, given what he still knows with his connections at Bethesda, if he says something, give it some thought, because honestly, he's probably right.
I'm beset by petitioners these days.
And again, a lot of the things that he wrote, Bethesda's still using.
Look to Rathir's sister across the strait. Her battered walls, her burned gardens, her back broken from a decade of war. We take in refugees. We send them food that we can spare. We try to ease her pain. But for 10 years I stood here and
honestly, just amazing stuff.
slowly. And now you, a stranger, think to convince me to commit the whole of this city to saving her because our army's greatest failure has recovered some old relic.
I love the lore.
There's nothing I can offer you. Go to the docks. It's a fool's dream. But if you're all determined, go to the east. Go.
Yeah,
Save-
eat
now
me,
is not the
dude.
time for further go. Move along.
I'm saving Melson Shear. You know what? Skooma. Interesting thing, honestly. I was actually watching a video on the Skooma trade by Master Naloth's channel, and it was mentioned, based on the effects that we see between Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, the skooma in Skyrim appears to be watered down and weakened, not as pure as it used to be, because it's not as strong. And it's even mentioned in-game about how it's watered down. So interesting.
Students of magic.
I know, the weird things that you pick up. Honestly, the rabbit hole that you can get lost in when it comes to the lore, I just do like video after video. And I love it. Because I can just keep learning. I don't want to stop learning. There you go.
Ships are loading now for Melsen Shear. Are you ready to board? Right away.
There's a lot more things I want to learn. And I know that a lot of people have problems with ESO, but it really has expanded in the lore very nicely. Same thing for Blades and Elder Scrolls Legends. A lot of people have problems with it,
than any of us how this will end.
but
Why must we fight a war
they
that
have
you know
expanded
we
on
will
some
not
great
win?
lore. And technically it is canon.
After all you've
The character that you fight
Until
with,
I get an
that you
answer,
fight as in Elder Scrolls Legend,
Until
it is
then.
actually canon that he existed.
Why do we fight?
Well, he or she.
Because there is hope.
It is canon that
Only through battle
they
can
were the
we
one
break
that
the
stood in
chains
place
that
in the Great
fate
War
has
for Titus Meade II.
Don't you
And for
see?
some reason, Titus Meade had
We have been
Goldbrand.
given a chance, and though some of us will die, we will
It's interesting.
die knowing that our lives were finally our own.
So
That
even
we're
if you
no
don't
longer
like the games
slaves
that
to the
much,
whims of fate.
they still added lore.
Throw it away,
And interesting lore.
just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight, and if I die, I die.
And
knowing
I
that
honestly, I really
have
like
made
the
a
idea of
choice.
different heroes being
And this
raised
choice
throughout
for good
Tamriel's
or
history.
for ill.
The hero,
Was
the
my
champion
own.
of Cyrodiil, the Nair of Varine, the Last Dragonborn. Interesting stuff. By the way, of course, going back to the subject of Red Guards for a second, if you have not looked at Cyrus the Red Guard, who was the protagonist of the Elder Scrolls Adventures Red Guard, he is actually one of the most famous Red Guards in history, and one of the greatest pirates, if you can call him that, in Elder Scrolls history. Definitely look up Cyrus. You can actually find, as part of a Creation Club content, you can actually find his clothing and his saber inside a pirate ship. And look up Hunding. I forget his first name, but he was the greatest sword singer of all time.
Not exactly the heroes of legend.
And yeah, I love how the Khajiit talk too. Khajiit have wares if you have coin.
You've come to see the fortress before it falls.
The Khajiit are truly amazing people. I love their creation story. I love their abilities. I love all the different breeds they can be. How they can look pretty much like elves, or all the way up to a tiger, or a frickin' house cat. I love the way they present the Aedra and Daedra. The fact that Mehrunes Dagon is portrayed as a kitten. Love cat sitting around wearing a fancy outfit. Oh, hello there. You got cheese for me?
Then the Baelor may run rampant in the field. And in the chaos, we can
honestly, in my time playing ESO, elsewhere is where I spent most of my time. I have combed elsewhere.
Check your gear and say your goodbyes. When you're ready,
because I love it. Although, quite honestly, if I was in the Elder Scrolls universe, I would not live in Elsewhere. I would not do well there. Oh, Google Assistant's trying to turn on. I would not do well there, because I don't do well in heat. Honestly, if I had to make a choice of where to live in the Elder Scrolls universe, if I had to choose a place to live, it would probably be in Cyrodiil, or it would be in High Rock. Because based on my personality, my needs, I would need to be in a more metropolitan area to survive. I am not a very athletic man. I am not a very powerful man. I'm a big guy. I'm more the brain type, even though I'm stupid, if that makes sense.
I don't care if the
I would do better living in, I would say, probably northern Cyrodiil, maybe Bruma, or in the Imperial City, or Coral, or Shadenhall. Although I would also like Skingrad or Anvil. They're really pretty. I would do well living in Cyrodiil, or I would do well living in High Rock. I would probably enjoy High Rock.
What is it? Time is running out. Steel yourselves. The battle is not to be taken. Then let us go. When they enter the courtyard, you and Talera will use the...
And also, I'd really hope to learn magic.
One way or another.
And the thing is, also, it would make sense for me to be in High Rock anyway, because on my paternal grandfather's side, I am English and Scottish, and the Bretons are they are pretty much in the British Isles. So it would make sense for me to be born a Breton and to be living in High Rock. Alright, so it appears the Tuatha Doan are sieging Melson Shear. We are here to save them. So yeah, my best bet is living in High Rock as a Breton. Also because I would be more interested in learning magic than melee, and I'm not stealthy whatsoever. So I would try to be a mage in the Elder Scrolls universe. So yeah, living as a Breton in High Rock would be my best chance for survival. And honestly, I think where I'd be the most comfortable.
Malwyn can now begin in earnest. I will take one path and you another. If a Wigland's troops hold, then Malwyn will be delayed at the outer wall with the Balor. But we should make sure he doesn't get past us. Now, we must get moving. There's...
And you know what? I'm going to post this on my channel after I'm done with streaming tonight. I'm going to post the question of what race do you think you would realistically be in the Elder Scrolls universe, and where do you think you would survive the best in Tamriel and be the most comfortable? As I said, I would be the most comfortable and survive the best in High Rock, and based on my heritage, I would most likely be a Breton, although I could also end up being an Imperial, because on my maternal grandparents' side, I am Polish and Italian. Although the Imperials can also be seen as English as well. They're European. They appear European or Roman, depending on the current empire. Because it does change. So Kiva, where do you think you would live in the Elder Scrolls universe, and what race do you think you would realistically be? Let's start off the thread here. I got you. I mean, it's a good question, isn't it? Oh, jeez. I kept trying to heal, but it wouldn't let me. We're going to see where I left off. Because I don't actually know. I do know that my buddy Tyson would want to be a Red Guard. He really feels their culture. He feels their culture. He feels their attitudes.
Steel yourselves.
So, you know, I appreciate that. Like I said, I would probably be a Breton. He would want to be a Red Guard. I should ask Zane. See what he thinks. Because we already saw that.
Our hunt for Malwyn can now be, if not...
Honestly, it's a good thing to wonder. There we go. There we are. And by the way, no judgment to anyone who feels like they would be an unpopular race. Like, I know maybe a lot of people may not want to admit right now that they like the High Elves. But, hey, if they feel like they'd be a High Elf, more power to them. Because the High Elves are still a cool race. And they're not all in the Aldmeri Dominion. There are still, like, Altmer that really do not like the Aldmeri Dominion. They don't like what they're doing. So, Wood Elf. Now, of course, you do remember that being a Wood Elf means that you are a carnivore. And also a ritualistic cannibal. So you'd have to understand that you would, depending on your adherence to the Green Pact, I mean, being a Wood Elf is a pretty difficult thing. I think it takes a special person to look at that and go, hey, yeah, that's what I'm really feeling. But again, more power to you if you want to choose it.
I'll make sure they don't try that again.
Because they are still an absolutely amazing people.
Finally, some reinforcements. We tried to fight. You could get in amongst them.
I watched the Wood Elf video today as well. They're really incredible. And even among the citizens of Tamriel, they feel alien, they feel different. And I appreciate them very much. Although I don't think I could be a Wood Elf, adhering to the Green Pact is very difficult. It's kind of like... It's like being an extreme vegan, except it's for meat. Like, you can't touch... Like, plant products. But, you know, they are incredible archers, and I will tell you, because of their adherence to the Green Pact, that means they have to use animal-based stuff. Like, animal products, bones, things like that. The Bosmer bone bows are actually some of the greatest bows in Tamriel, and they still can't reproduce them outside of the Valenwood culture. Now, unfortunately for our Khajiit friends, the best bowstring for those bows is Khajiit gut. I think they're made from horn and mammoth bone. But yeah, I like Wood Elves. If you have time to sit down and learn their lore, it's really worth it. Especially looking into their god Ifri. Like, really cool. Fun fact, the Wood Elves are also the shortest out of the Tamarilic races. Especially the males. A male Bosmer is the shortest playable Tamarilic race in the Elder Scrolls series. Like I said, I love Khajiit, but I couldn't be one. Way too hot. I could not live in elsewhere. It's way too hot. Unless my body constitution changed. Well, that's something. It's me. Did you just kill my friend? You better not have killed my friend. Yeah, that's right. You blow, buddy. Okay. Well, hi there. How are you? You frightening creature. Well, you're new. That's a big boy. There we go. Gotcha, jerk. That's a troubling creature.
This is our chance before they can regain control of the creature. Ah!
Did I just shove that lady?
Theoden, guide my hand. For Rathir!
Whoa, you suck, lady. Oh, she got stabbed, that's why. Is she gonna be okay? Dear, this is why we have shields. Are you dying? Are you good? Are you cool? Hon, you may want to snap off that arrow. Yeah, honestly, Kiva, I'm quite curious to know what kind of creature you'd like to be.
This ends here!
I could see you as a wood elf or a Khajiit. You bet your butt I'm looting Malwyn. I should probably make sure she's okay. I feel like a lot of people are going to choose Nord or Imperial, because that kind of seems like the popular option. Or a lot of people are going to choose, like, High Elves. Or maybe even Dark Elves.
You're still alive.
No crap, I'm still alive.
Baylor before it tears this place apart.
If I die, the game is over.
I know, child. Everything seemed still in that moment when she struck the Baylor. At least she died.
No, Talera's dead.
But her sacrifice won't mean anything unless you do something to stop that beast.
I kind of want her to stay alive. She was nice. Why do all the cool people get killed? The boy who lived come to die. Well, I will say, if you look at things from a Skyrim-only standpoint, the Dark Elves get a raw deal. But if you look at their history as a whole, it becomes a little harder to feel sorry for them. As if you look at their culture as a whole, if you look at their history as a whole, they are a really xenophobic and racist people. Which does add a flavor to them, sure. But, like, I'm not saying every Dark Elf is House Dress. For those who do not know, House Dress was the house that really championed the slave trade. And they're the ones that were really hurting the Argonians. Like, you can't really blame someone fully for following what their culture says is okay. Because in the Dark Elves' eyes, the Argonians were animals. It was okay to do that to them. Which doesn't make it right, but it also makes it a little understandable. God, that was cool. So it kind of feels like the Dark Elves are getting a bit of their just desserts. Although, they really have suffered in the Fourth Era. Like with what happened with Red Mountain, I mean, Morrowind is essentially destroyed. At least Vvardenfell is. Vvardenfell is pretty much destroyed. Doing to the Dark Elves in Windhelm. But the Nords are also pretty racist people too. So it is kind of funny seeing the Dark Elves versus the Nords. But again, let's just point out racism is really bad no matter what. So please don't be racist. Even if your favorite Elder Scrolls characters are racist too. Ooh, that got him. Oh, jeez. Wisp Mothers are cool. They actually might be snow elves. At least the remnants of them. Oh, yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of racism in Elder Scrolls lore. It kind of sucks, especially elves versus humans. But it also does add to the history and really building of the Elder Scrolls universe, so I can still appreciate it for what it is. It doesn't make it right, but for the storytelling standpoint, I appreciate it. But again, racism, evil. Don't forget racism bad.
Run, fools! Run!
I am wondering how much experience I got from that. And I got the Hero of Melsen Shear trophy. Very nice. Yes, we at Winterspelll Streaming do not approve of racism.
10 years. I can't believe it's over. And we're alive. But I have heard a bitter rumor in the wake of all of this. Is it true? Then the rumors of her dishonor will finally be silenced. She gave everything to us. When we rebuild these walls, we'll name them after General.2. But she never would have been here had you not delivered her to us. It can never be enough.
We're sad about
We hope
Talera,
you'll
though.
accept this as our thanks. Now we rebuild. Rubble from the outer walls is still blocking the gate. It will be until then. Agarth says you've got on. Don't worry yourself. Soon.
We got the Siege Breaker Twist of Fate. We got +4 experience bonus and plus
How can I
6%
help
damage. Nice, we've almost leveled up again.
The hero of Melsen Shear. It is the hero of Melsen Shear.
Oh. That's nice. Go and buy that. Wisp mothers really are, though. I'm keeping the Logos just because it's got a good ability.
Care to take a look at my ware? Another time, then.
Oh, that looks cool. Ooh. But yeah, no, Kiva, the theory is that they are snow elves because of the experiments that the... Where is it? The experiments that the... Where the hell am I going? Okay, I need to stop this damn thing from... All the constant buzzing is pissing me off. The theory is that what the Dwemer were doing with the Falmer, with their experiments, was that something happened that they were trying to free them of the earth bones, really. They were trying to free the snow elves by releasing them from the physical laws of the earth. And they think this is part of what happened to the Kagernak's tools. And they also think that it wasn't fungus that transformed the Falmer, that it was whatever was happening with the tools and such, and the experiments that are being run on them. So we really do think that the Wisp Mothers are female snow elves that kind of got transformed. Yeah, it's going for 12. I'm not explaining things too well right now. But yeah, that's the theory. I feel like I need to eat bacon. Yeah, like I said, watching the Epic Nate 315's investigation videos will be a really great idea if you want to learn more about the lore. He actually had several videos on the Falmer and on the Dwemer that are really interesting and really worth looking into. It gave me so much to think about and gave me so much more information that I'm like, wow. These were things I'm so glad that I know now. As again, this is the stuff, I devour this stuff. This is what I do on my off time. I learn about this stuff. I love it. It's what I do. It's what I enjoy. Well, that's scary looking. Weird wrinkled fish lady with titties. Ah, how'd that taste? Another level up. Take those 3. Next level we can get this stuff. Whew, tired. Yeah, a lot of stuff you can learn.
What is it?
As I destroy everything. My balls destroy everything around me. Don't worry about it. Alright, so because we've been streaming for like a good, what creature would I be? The creature I would probably want to be if I'm not one of the sentient races in Tamriel would be... Now here's the question. Would it be just creature, or could we choose to be a non-playable sentient race? For example, like another race of elves that you can't play as in the Elder Scrolls.
What is it?
So then I would probably choose Merrimer, the Sea Elves. Because their culture is interesting. They've also been missing since like the Third Era. They have an interesting culture. They have really cool, unique storm magic. And they have snake magic. So the Merrimer are really interesting elves. And I'd really like to see them get a resurgence in the Elder Scrolls series, because their lore is incredible. So since we have been streaming for like a good hour and a half or so, and my brain is turning to mush, this is where we're going to cut it off for now. Do not worry, I will be making more videos tomorrow. I think I need to go to sleep. Or maybe watch an episode of something. But yeah, I'll stream more in the morning because it will be my day off. I hope you guys did enjoy the lore dump and lore discussion. Honestly, something I could do that I think people would enjoy. I could start a series where I answer questions people have about Elder Scrolls lore. That might be really cool. It would be a live stream, and I would, put out when we're going to do it, that people show up. Yeah, kind of. Kind of just do like a Q&A thing. Because I do know so much, and the stuff I don't know, I can always look up. So that might be something I'll try in the future. Because you guys seem really interested in my lore. And I love talking about it. I love discussing pretty much anything Elder Scrolls. And it'd be really cool to see. So until next time, this has been your wintry neighborhood Winterspell. Reminding you guys to stay frosty. I love you all. Have a great night. Winterspell tired. Stay frosty, mages. I will see you in the next video.